own notification for my own video. That's what's up. Let's see here. Let me share this to my Twitter. Da 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 da. Check, check, 1 2. Check, check, 1 2. Mic check. We're in. We're good to go. Shining, shining bright, bright like a light and a kite. What up, Mike? You're first. Lovey Marie. We're just jumping right in. Jumping right in. Tell me how you're feeling today. No countdown. I'm going right in, sharing the stream. Make sure you do the same. Share the stream. Lovey Marie, Mike, members at that. Greatly appreciate you. Share the stream all around. How are you doing today, Lovey Marie and Mike? In the building, member extraordinaires. Greatly appreciate you. Jumping right in on this Wednesday afternoon, 5:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm just going to start talking. Hopefully you guys will listen. You gals and guys, first of all, will listen and you will appreciate as we go. All is well. I'm doing okay. I'm a little tired, but you know, we're all tired sometimes. Finishing up work. Hit the like button as you come in. As you're finishing up work, I am going to start talking. So, we have a stream goal today. If we can make the stream goal, which I don't know if we will, every time we make a stream goal, I'm going to put it in the chat. I am going to stream the next day until the end of time. That is the goal. We'll see if we can do it. If we don't, then we just don't. But if we make the stream donation goal, I will stream the next day until the end of time. We'll see if we can do it. What up, the Pebble? What is up? All the pressure, in my opinion, is on Myles Garrett. Let's talk about it. Myles Garrett. I don't think we have talked about Myles Garrett a lot this offseason. At least we haven't on this channel. I don't know about other channels, but we're going to talk about it now. I think Myles Garrett's been, it's been a little quiet on the Myles Garrett tip. But at the beginning of the offseason, Myles Garrett, with all of his bones, with everything imaginable, he did not want to be in Cleveland. He didn't want to be here. Now, everybody knows I love Myles Garrett. I love with everything. I have a jersey. Whoa. Lovey Marie said, let me start it so we can stream tomorrow. Lovey Marie with the $5 donation. Greatly appreciated. Thank you so much.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Thank you, Lovey Marie. Hey, $5 down. And Myles Garrett said he did not want to be here. Trade me. I want to win Super Bowls. I don't want to be in Cleveland anymore. I don't care what you say. And we're like, well, Myles is not going to be here. And the Browns were like, you know what? We're not going to trade you. So we had a standoff. And I thought everything inside of me, we're not going to have Myles Garrett. What's this team going to look like without Myles Garrett? Now, fast forward a couple months later, after Myles Garrett went on his I Want to Be Traded tour, he went on multiple shows. He went on multiple interviews. He was on the Rich Eisen show. I don't want to be here. All right. But then he had a change of heart, a change of emotions, and he signed a contract extension to stay here in Cleveland. We don't know what he was told. We don't know what went behind closed doors. I wasn't in those conversations. Now, there's nothing on this roster, to me, if you want to win a Super Bowl and you want to win now, that makes me want to go, hey, I want to stay on this team. This team is a bona fide Super Bowl winning roster. I want to stay. From what Myles Garrett was saying to everyone else. So what made Myles Garrett stay? Was it winning? We don't have a Super Bowl quarterback. To what everybody believes, Shador Sanders isn't ready. Dylan Gabriel isn't ready. Joe Flacco is not a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's 40, and neither is Pickett. So that wasn't it. What was it? We let go of Nick Chubb, one of his best friends on the team. So that wasn't it. So what made Myles Garrett stay? If you ask anybody, it had to be the money. Show me the money. I'll try to do 5 every time. If I got it, you got it. Laugh out loud. Appreciate you, Lovey Marie. It had to be the money. What else could it have been? This roster wasn't upgraded to a point that made you go, I'm in the Super Bowl now. So, to my question, is the pressure all on Myles Garrett? I think a lot of pressure is on Myles Garrett. A lot. Because you talked that you wanted to win. Now, do I believe Myles Garrett can back up pressure? Yes. I think he's the best defensive player in the NFL. Show me one better. Some people say Watt's better than Myles Garrett. I poo-poo with that. I laugh at that notion that TJ Watt is better than Myles Garrett. They bring up numbers with no story behind the numbers. Myles Garrett gets triple teamed on every single possession, double teamed on every single possession. Okay? If you just want to bring numbers. Myles Garrett steps on that field. He brings fear to the opponent. But he has to do more than that now. Because the money expects more. He now has to be the de facto leader of this football team. Nick Chubb is gone. That leader is gone. You can say Joe Flacco can be the leader, but Joe Flacco don't get leader money. Myles Garrett gets leader money. Big pocket, big baller, leader money. He can't have no more off the field gaps. Off the field issues, Myles Garrett cannot have any more. He has to be an off the field citizen and an on the field citizen. He has to do both, in my humble opinion. Now, am I always right? No, I'm not always right. Sometimes I'm just yelling in a mic, and sometimes I'm wrong. But in my humble opinion, Myles Garrett has to show up every single game, and he has to dominate, because you can't go from, I don't want to be here anymore, I don't want to be on this team, get me out of here, to now I love Cleveland, and you think fans are going to forget. The minute that Myles Garrett has a moment where people don't believe he's on the field, he's going to hear about it. And now at this point, I don't know if I'll be able to defend it. Because once you say you want to leave somewhere and you come back, they're going to expect greatness every single day of the year, even when you're not playing football. They expect you to be great at everything. But that's just my opinion. What do you think? I'm going to start a poll right now. This is Lovey Marie's favorite thing. I'm going to start a poll. Do you believe all the pressure is on Myles Garrett as my computer starts to freeze? Of course it does. Thank you, computer. Where's Myles? And that's going to happen. It is going to happen. Da, da, da. Vote now. And as you're voting, thank you for coming in. If you haven't already, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe, turn on all of your notifications. Greatly appreciate it. Hit that vote. And the next thing I want to talk about, the next quick thing I want to talk about as I jump in here, is everybody's favorite coach around the world, my guy and yours, Big Kevin Stefanski. And my mic, what happened to my mic? Big Kevin, oh shoot, hold on. Big Kevin Stefanski. I don't think they're going to trade Sanders, Lovey Marie. I don't think they will. I think if anybody gets traded, I think it would be Kenny Pickett, in my humble opinion. Because I think they can get the most for Kenny Pickett out of any quarterback. I don't think you can get much out of Joe Flacco because he's 40 years old. I don't think you'll get much from Shedeur Sanders as he was a 5th-round pick. But I think Kenny Pickett has the most you can get out of if you were going to trade one of the quarterbacks in my humble opinion. What do you think? You feel bad for Stefanski, honestly. He got a team, but he has no power. That's funny you say that, because when it comes to Kevin Stefanski, his job is on the line every year in some Browns fans' eyes. But when it comes to Kevin Stefanski, if you look at his resume, if you look at it, in his 5 seasons here, he's the longest tenured coach since he's came back, since the Browns have came back since 1999. He has 2 coaches of the year, and yet some fans still don't show the respect that Kevin Stefanski deserves. Some say the coaches of the year don't matter. Some don't give him credit for the playoff game that was won because he actually wasn't at the game. You know, it was the COVID year and he had COVID, so he wasn't allowed at the game. Some don't give him the credit for the playoff win. There's a lot of excuses people don't give Kevin Stefanski for. And every year, his job is on the line. So, do you believe this year Kevin Stefanski's job is on the line? Let me know. Why do you think the rumors are going to trade Sanders? Because he's the most popular quarterback out of the 4. I think that's why trading Sanders is headlines. Anything right now with Shedeur Sanders is headlines. He brings up the most headlines. He's the most popular. So I think that's why he gets the attention. Trading Dylan Gabriel, that doesn't grab headlines. You're not going to read an article if you say trading Dylan Gabriel. They're just going to go right by it. I think he grabs attention. Screw B more in Cincinnati. Steelers coming for you. 7 Super Bowl after we get Arch. So you guys are going to suck this year, what you're saying, Jeff? Even if he comes out, they say Arch Manning ain't coming out. We're primed for a first-round draft pick next year. When we trade a QB to a team with a QB injury, it's likely to happen to someone. A first-round draft pick? Don't we already have a first-round draft pick? Or you be a number 1 pick? Which one is it? So what do you think? Do you think that his job is on the line? Yay or nay for Kevin Stefanski? For me, I don't think it is. And here's why. I don't think it is. And here is why. Kevin Stefanski, since he's been here, he's had a 6-10 record, a 3-14 record, and then 2 coaches of the years, and he's been to the playoffs twice. And in between those 2 bad seasons, you've had the Watson effect. The 6-10 year, Watson was, in and out, suspension, all that. And then you had the Watson year when he was hurt. So you kind of had a built-up excuse for people who didn't want to give an excuse, and for the people who wanted to have Kevin Stefanski's back. Listen, it was the Watson effect. And nobody was blaming Kevin Stefanski for Deshaun Watson. They were blaming Andrew Berry and Jimmy Haslam. One or the other was the reason why Watson was on the team. And now Watson's gone. Okay, he's not gone, but you get what I mean. He's not going to play. He's not going to be on the field this year. We're not going to call Deshaun Watson drops back touchdown or Deshaun Watson drops back interception. It's not happening. Are you going to say we're going to have 3 first-round picks next year? Got you. Okay. Ours, Jacksonville, and somebody else's. We're not saying Deshaun Watson at one time or another this year is going to be on the field. So we're not going to have to worry about that. This is going to be the first time in 3 years that Deshaun Watson is not going to be a factor for Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski is going to go back to running the offense he wants to run. Last year it was the Ken Dorsey offense, which did not work. It was atrocious. The year before, Kevin Stefanski was trying to appease Deshaun Watson. And now it's going to be his offense. As much as people hate Kevin Stefanski, Pro Football Focus, and I quote, I took a picture of it just for you because I know you guys love it when I come with facts. Facts, ladies and gentlemen. I'm coming with facts. Pro Football Focus has Kevin Stefanski as the 10th ranked NFL coach. 10th. He's proven he can succeed given adequate offensive tools. The team just needs to provide him with that complement its excellent defense. Now, the excellent defense, I don't know about that. It had its moments. That was from Pro Football Focus. They have him as the 10th best coach in the league. Now, I know some fans want to rip their head off right now. Kevin Stefanski, the 10th best coach. What are they talking about? That's Pro Football Focus. Don't get mad at me. That's what they said. So, if you were the 10th best coach in the league, is that a coach that's going to have his job on the line? I don't think so. Now, does Kevin Stefanski want to rip my hair out sometimes? Yes, he does. And I don't even have hair. So let that sink in for a second. But do I think he's a terrible coach? No. Do I wish he had more emotion? Yes, I do. Do I think he gets too cute sometimes? Yes. Do I hate 5 wide at times? Yes. But I still think he's a good coach. I do. You don't get coach of the year for no reason. If you can get to the playoffs with 5 different quarterbacks, you're doing something right. Haslam knows it's not Stefanski's fault about Watson. Steph is fine but passive. We know we're nice finish. What up, Gmail? How you doing? I hope Steelers hire him. Kevin and Cub. You can have Tomlin and 8. Well, listen, I'll take Mike Tomlin. I'll take Mike Tomlin. What up, Jesus? How you doing, Cheryl? How are you doing? How are you doing, Cheryl? No reason to apologize. You're here now. I'll take Mike Tomlin's a good coach. I don't know why Pittsburgh doesn't like Mike Tomlin. He is a good coach. You guys go to the playoffs every year. Now, A-Rod, I don't know about that one. I don't know about A-Rod. But I don't think that his job is on the line like a lot of fans probably want Kevin Stefanski's job to be. But that's just me. You let me know as I end this poll here. What do we have for Myles Garrett? 57% say the pressure is not on Myles. Now we're going to have another poll just for Lovey Marie. Here we go. Lovey Marie. Is Kevin Stefanski's job on the line this season? Okay. I say no. You let me know. Tomlin, in a heartbeat, one of the best coaches. Yes, I don't know why Pittsburgh fans don't like Mike Tomlin. I never understood it. Now, the tough job that Stefanski has this year is our quarterback situation. I don't know a team that has went into training camp with a 4 quarterback competition. If you know, put it in the chat. Put it in the... Jesus, is our O-line looking good thus far? I don't know, Jesus. I don't know. Jesus, if that's how you pronounce it, please let me know. Or if it's Jesus, you let me know. If your name is Jesus, then tell me. Then I'll call you Jesus. I don't know. Because I always say this. It's hard for me to evaluate you in shorts and a helmet. Everybody should look good in shorts and a helmet, is my opinion. You should look good in shorts and a helmet. If you don't look good in shorts and a helmet, that's a problem. I can look decent in shorts and a helmet. I'm not a pro. But if you're a pro and you don't look good in shorts and a helmet, I don't know what to tell you. What up, Chief? Fire Andrew Berry. I'm with you. I am not an Andrew Berry fan no more. Andrew Berry can go run into a moving bus and I wouldn't cry about it. All right? That sounds terrible. Once you get rid of Nick Chubb, I have lost all respect for you. I don't care about anything you do right now, Andrew Berry. But back to Kevin Stefanski. I don't know a team that has went into a training camp with 4 quarterbacks vying for the starting position. If you know one, put it in the chat. Because I'm not saying I'm the person that knows everything. I know very little. That's why I rely on the chat sometimes. But I don't know a team that has went into training camp with 4 quarterbacks vying for the number 1 spot. Will it stay that way? I don't know. But he has a tough job on his hands with a 4 quarterback competition. Now, some people say they don't have 4 quarterback competition. It's just 3. That's fine if that's what you believe. But right now, it's still 4 until further notice. That's tough to do, to try and split 4 reps between 4 different guys. That's tough. We're going to see how that duels out. That's going to be the talk of training camp. Is the quarterback competition? And that's the bottom line. No, not Stone Cold said so. In looking at training camp dates, I thought I pulled it up. Maybe I didn't. Yes. Rookies report on the 18th of July. Veterans report on the 22nd of July. The Browns' first preseason game is August the 8th. So that is your training camp preview. Your training camp numbers. Tomlin stinks. 8 years, no playoff wins. Bad draft pick every year. Had the killer bees and did nothing. Sanders will be the number 2. At least you had 8 years of going to the playoffs, Jeff. 8 years of going to the, at least you had that. Wait, you didn't win 1 playoff game in 8 years? Is that true? Well, wait, you're a Steelers fan. You should know. I'm not gonna question you. That's crazy. You believe Sanders is going to be the number 2 quarterback? I would take that. I don't think he will be the number 1. I still believe. If you had to put my feet to the fire, I know everybody's saying Kenny Pickett, and the insiders would know they're there. I have to see it to believe it. I still think it's going to be Joe Flacco. I still do. I don't think you get Joe Flacco. I don't think you bring in Joe Flacco and have him back up Kenny Pickett. I don't see it. I could be wrong, but I don't see it. I just don't. If Sanders was the number 2 quarterback, I actually would be happy. I would. If you came in as a 5th round pick, number 4 on the depth chart, and you got all the way to number 2, that means you balled out in training camp and you showed something. That means you showed them something, because they started you all the way at the bottom of the totem pole and you balled out and you got all the way to number 2. That means you showed them something. I don't see them going to get in a 40-year-old and just putting him on the bench. What was the point of getting him? It's a waste of time. And it could be part of me just not wanting Kenny Pickett to start. That could be it too. It could be my bias. That could be it too. I'm not the biggest Joe Flacco fan. You all know that. I think I think the love for him is overblown. I think he's average at best. I think it's 50-50, touchdowns and interceptions when it comes to Joe Flacco. I wear his overratedness on my sleeve, but I'm no big Kenny Pickett fan. Like I don't see this glowing he's just going to start, but we'll see. Sanders will be 3 or 4 depending on if we keep Pickett. What up, AAA? What up, Myron? How are you doing? Hit the like as soon as you come in. If we hit the donation goal, we will stream the next day. That's just how it's going to work. If we don't, then we don't. I mean, that's just it. If we hit the donation goal, we stream the next day. And members will get to pick what we talk about on the next stream posted on the members page. That's the donation goal. Neon will be in Cleveland 2026. Coach up the kid. P.S. Pickett stakes. Dion is not coming to coach. He was staying in Colorado. He's not. For those who just came in, we talked about how much pressure is on Myles Garrett due to the fact he wanted to leave so bad, but now he's here. And we really didn't upgrade the roster that much to meet his demands of why he wanted to leave. And then we talked about, is Kevin Stefanski's job on the line? Like most fans who want it to be every single year. But if you pull the curtain back on Kevin Stefanski, if you pull it back and look at his resume, he's actually a pretty good coach. If you take feelings out of it, if you look at the resume, his 2 bad seasons, 3-14, 6-10. I mean, you can give him a pass, and they've both been the Watson era. Watson being hurt, Watson being suspended. Your starting quarterback always in and out of the lineup. You cannot win without a starting quarterback that you can rely on. You just can't. And he happened to pull it off one year. So that's why I say his job's not on the line. Now, with that being said, he can't win 3 games this year. I don't care how hard our schedule is. You can't do it again. You've got to establish something. I don't care how hard your schedule is. You can't win 3 games again. Then you got a problem. You can't do it. Neon said that can't deny it's an exciting offense when Flacco's in. It's the same thing with Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston was exciting. I was excited with Jameis Winston until I realized, okay, he's going to throw a lot of interceptions. And my excitement dwindled a little bit because I'm like, we're not going to win like this. This dude can throw for 500 yards, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Now, if that's your goal, then sure, that's the quarterback for you. But if your goal is to win, you can't have interceptions. And that's for any quarterback. You can't have interceptions. Garrett should have left like TJ and Pitt. Don't pay $40 million, rebuild. Garrett should have left like, okay, I don't know what's going on with TJ. I might have missed out on that one. What's going on with TJ? I don't follow Pittsburgh like that, so you got to educate me with that one. What's going on? Was TJ holding out or something? Winston was Vinny Testaverde on steroids, interception. Vinny Testaverde. How many people remember Vinny Testaverde? That was like when I was growing up, the first Cleveland Brown quarterback I actually got to watch and remember being younger. I didn't get to watch Bernie Kosar. I was too young. I remember Bernie Kosar, but I can't remember any of his games. I remember Vinny Testaverde. He will throw you some interceptions. But Winston's on steroids. Winston will just throw it away. But Winston was exciting. He was exciting. That Monday night game against Denver? My goodness. But that's not what you want in your quarterback. So this off season, this camp, this quarterback competition, I think this is the toughest thing that Kevin Stefanski is going to have to do this off season. Of all the off seasons that he's had, he's went into every off season knowing who his quarterback is. Every off season. Oh, AAA. He's like, wait a minute, I want to meet the goal. What's the goal thinking? Let me type it. If we meet the goal, we stream tomorrow. Every goal we meet, we stream the next day. That's basically it. Every goal we meet, we stream the next day, and the members get to pick what we talk about. That's the deal. If we meet the goal, we stream the next day. That's it. That's the deal. The next day. I can't type. Members get to pick what we talk about. And I posted on the members page. That's the goal. I mean, I'm going to pin the message. There we go. Thank you, AAA. Greatly appreciate it. If we don't meet it, then we just don't.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Thank you, AAA. Greatly appreciate it. We're the same age? Okay, Mike, do you remember? You remember, right? That's the first quarterback I remember is Vinny Testaverde. I could not, I was too young. I was too young to remember Bernie Kosar, like the actual games. I've seen highlights. Like I know about the sidearm, slower than a box of rocks. in a tornado. What does that even mean? I don't know. But I remember Benny Testaverde. So when do you stream again if we miss it? I don't know. Just whenever I pop up. Whenever I pop up, AAA, you know, I'm like Jack in the Box. Whenever I just pop up. You have to start Flacco and Sanders too. Let it ride until 2026. You know who I'm not gonna say I feel sorry, but you know who I'm like, man, the one who's being left out in all this is Dylan Gabriel. Nobody talks about Dylan Gabriel, at least that I see. I'm not saying nobody talks about it. Let me get that straight. But I don't see articles about Dylan Gabriel because, you know, nobody's really gonna. He's not the most popular guy in the world, but maybe he's being slept on a little bit, and maybe that's how he likes it. It's Dylan Gabriel. We hear about Kenny Pickett because maybe people don't want him to start. We hear about Shedeur Sanders. People like him. People hate him. People that hate him for no reason. I don't understand that. And I will never understand hating somebody for no reason. Not even just Shedeur Sanders, just in general. Just to hate somebody for no reason. And we hear about Joe Flacco because people love Joe Flacco and some people think he's overrated like me. But Dylan Gabriel, there's nothing. You know, it's just ugh. So, and he could be the one that maybe comes out of this and just shocks everybody. He could shock everyone come July, August. He could come out of here and be like, you know what? All right. Okay. Nobody wants to talk about me? Cool. We'll see. I'm going to make you talk about me. And maybe he shocks the world. Maybe he comes out and he's better than everybody. Now, do I think that's going to happen? No. I don't think that's going to happen, but he could prove everyone wrong. He could prove the Kenny Pickett's. He could prove the Joe Flacco's. He could prove the Shedeur Sanders wrong and be the best one. You've heard Gabriel's better. Now, I did hear that from Tony Grossi. Now, I think Tony Grossi doesn't like Shedeur Sanders like Tony Grossi didn't like Baker Mayfield. I think Tony Grossi has something out for him like he did Baker, and I hated that. I hated it. I don't know why Tony Grossi didn't like Baker Mayfield. I think if you are a media person, you should not have an agenda. I couldn't stand Grossi's agenda against Baker. Like, Baker did nothing to you. Nothing. But he had it against Baker for whatever reason. And I think he has the same thing with Shedeur. And I don't know why. If you're a media member, you should be down the middle. Thank goodness I'm not a media member. I'm no one. Jaden, what up? Jaden, stop it. Nobody cares about Aaron Rodgers. He's old. I think it would be cool for both Sanders and Gabriel to just take turns, 2 quarters apiece each game, and keep the old guys for when they start getting sloppy. That's not a bad idea. We know what we got in Flacco. He doesn't need preseason. He's seen everything. Gabriel definitely has a chip on his shoulders with all the Sanders coverage. They both got a chip on their shoulder. I think they both do for different reasons. Gabriel for all the coverage on Sanders, and Sanders for all the hate he gets. I think they both have a chip on their shoulder for 2 different reasons. I think the only one who doesn't have a chip is Joe Flacco. Kenny Pickett has a chip because nobody wants him to start except Kenny Pickett and his family. I think Joe Flacco is the only one with no chip because everybody loves Joe Flacco. Browns fans love Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco loves Joe Flacco. He's the only one with no chip. Everybody loves Joe Flacco. He has no chip to have, in my humble opinion. Is there a monetary value for milestones? What do you mean by that? Is it going to grow or is it going to change? 12-5 Cincinnati, 10-7 Birds, 8-9 Pitt, 7-10 Browns. Would you guys be happy with the 7-10 record for the Browns? Or do you mean, why did I pick 40? Is that what you're talking about? But that's just me. I think Flacco has no reason to have a chip. And I think all the other 3 has a reason to have a chip. Pickett, nobody wants him to start. Gabriel, all the coverage and everybody else. And Sanders, I say 65% of the fan base doesn't like him. I think they all have a reason to have a chip. I wouldn't be happy with 7-10, but I wouldn't hate it. What record would you be happy with as a Browns fan? What's your record to be happy with as a Browns fan? %57% said his job is on the line. 57%. Okay. What's a good record for the Browns this year? What's a good record for the Browns? If 7-10 is not a good record, what's a good record? $14 wins? The Browns 14-3? I don't know about that one. If the Browns go 14-3, I'll go crazy. Do milestones have a value towards the goal? You'll take 11. What milestones? Am I slow? I don't know what you're talking about. What milestones? Maybe I'm slow today, AAA. I don't know. You'll take 11. I think 11's pushing it. I think 11's pushing it. Cheryl. I think 11's pushing it. I think 7's pushing it, the Pebble. I think we should be happy with 7. Oh no, they don't. Thank you, the Pebble. I'm short. I'm slow today. I'm sorry. No, they do not push towards the goal. Milestones do not. Not the member milestones. No. Sorry about that. Thank you, the Pebble. My bad, AAA. I'm not very quick with it today.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Appreciate it. Thank you, member extraordinaire, for 9 months. Sanders had a top 3 receiver last year. He can't move well. I don't know if he can start in the NFL. I'll be surprised with a winning season. Yeah, I also think 7 games is pushing it. I think they should count. No, they don't count. Those don't count. Those don't count. You don't think Sanders moves well enough? He has good pocket mobility. I don't think he's super duper fast. Who would I compare his mobility to in the NFL? Let me think for a second. Let me think. I think he can move like Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson's mobility is good enough to get him where he needs to be. Is it blazing speed? No. Manning, stop it, Jeff. That's just disrespectful. Manning? Which Manning are you talking about? Peyton and Eli? Stop. If that's what you're talking about, stop. 38 months, thank you, my good sir.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
If you're talking Peyton and Eli, stop it. That's just disrespectful, Jeff. If that's the Manning you're talking, he's not that slow. Sheesh. I would say he's about as mobile as Russell Wilson now, I think. He can move when he needs to. If you're talking Peyton and Eli, that's stop. Well, he's not. Who is Vic? Like, what? Jeff, look at the gap you're talking about. He's no Michael Vick. The only person that's close to Vick is Lamar Jackson. And you can have an argument. He's no Mike Vick. Who is? He can't move like Vick. Who can? The only person I can think of is Lamar. And that's pushing it. Woo, y'all some tough evaluators, man. You know, guys, I don't think we can get him. He can't move like Vic, and his accuracy is not like Tom Brady. What? What are we doing here? Y'all a tough crowd. Good gracious. Oh man, I didn't get that laugh. That's a good one, Jeff. You know what, Jeff? I'll tell you this, Jeff. If we find your quarterback, they're gonna be something else, man. They're gonna be something else. How are you doing, Adam? Why are the Browns pretending that these QB besides Shador are worth anything? Flacco's 10-23 in his last 33 starts, and he's 40. 10-23? I didn't know that. But he's the GOAT. Oh, 10-23. That's something. That's impressive. I didn't know he was 10-23 in his last starts. Vic was not only a better runner, but a smarter runner. I tell you what, if I will tell you this, if Michael Vick played today, his career would have lasted longer. Because they tried to make Michael Vick a pocket passer, and he got creamed because of it. They never built an offense around him. They tried to make him fit the offense. That's all I'm going to say about that. Me too, AAA. And Jeff, you never said which Manning you were talking about. Which Manning did you compare Shador Sanders to as far as running? You never said. Which one? You never said which Manning you were comparing him to. Peyton, Eli, or Arch? Oh, Jeff. Oh, well, first of all, you spelled Peyton wrong. Don't disrespect the Hall of Famer, Peyton Manning. And then that's just disrespectful. Shador Sanders is 10 times faster than Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning is my favorite quarterback of all time. You will not disrespect Shador that way. Peyton Manning can't outrun a turtle when a turtle is asleep. And Peyton Manning is my favorite quarterback of all time. Don't you disrespect Shador Sanders that way. I can't believe you did that. I cannot believe you fixed your fingers to type that. How could you, Jeff? How could you, Jeff? How? Oh, Myron with the $10 donation. 15 away. I don't know.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
All right. Well, I think I talked about everything I'm going to talk about today. I talked about Myles. I talked about Kevin. Got into a little Shador Sanders speed debate with Jeff, which I did not anticipate talking about today. Was a Shador Sanders speed debate, which got a little disrespectful. But Jeff, you're still my guy. You, Jaden, you and Jaden, and I forget his name. There's 3 people that I rock with that are Pittsburgh fans. If he popped in here, I'd remember his name. I can't remember it right now. He does not run a 5.940. He does not run a 5.940. I can run a 5.940. Well, I'm about to head out of here. I'm out of here, AAA. I'm out of here, AAA. See, I've hit minute 45. I have hit everything I want to talk about. I have hit everything I want to talk about. I am out of here. I don't know when next time I'm going to be on. So keep your notifications on. Make sure they're primed and on. Until next time. Wait a I should have known consistency was going to do that. I should have known. That is a cheat code that you have him on your side. Well, thank you, consistency.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
All right. Well, members, I will be posting as soon as I get off here what you want to talk about tomorrow, because Myron, Mr. Consistent, were the last two that I seen donated, have put us over the limit, and we will be streaming tomorrow. So member extraordinaires, make sure that you are paying attention to the members tab, because I am going to post 3 topics that we can talk about tomorrow. 3 topics. We will be on tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. 5:30 p.m. 5:30. Tomorrow we will be on 5:30. Members, I will post to the member section. The member section. 3 topics that we will talk about. Make sure you're looking on your members tab. 5:30 p.m. we will be on tomorrow. Consistency came in and swooped in. So members, I will be posting in the member section. 5:30 will be on tomorrow. And we'll just do it again. We will do it again. It will be the same thing over and over. You hit the goal. Listen, I guess we're just going to keep, I'm going to be sick of my face. But all right, I'm going to hop off here. I appreciate everybody. Jeff, I'm going to tell you what. Stop disrespecting Shador like that. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.